Hello and welcome to the Plays the Thing. My name's Matt. Today I'm going to do a solo playthrough of Final Girl using the Final Girl app, which has selected the Big Bad Wolf and Camp Happy Trails. So come down to the table with me, have a look at the app, and let's have a playthrough and see if I can beat the Big Bad Wolf. So I'm using the app and I've done a random selection with what I've got, which isn't that much, but I've got Camp Happy Trails, we're playing with Charlie, and we have the Big Bad Wolf. I've played with this once. I'm not so convinced about keeping everything on here, but you save your result at the end of the game, so it kind of logs things, so I will try and keep up with that. But I also have the health and everything else sort of tracked on the boards as usual, because I just like, that's why I play board games, because they're there in front of you. So it's all set up. I've set up the map, meditation hour, and we have to just get an event. So it's the secret tunnel. So we choose two of the following spaces: utility shed, cabin, or docks, and place a secret tunnel token to each. You may move between these spaces if they were adjacent. Enemies cannot use the secret tunnel. So what do we want? That knife might be quite useful, which is at the cabins. So we can do utility shed, cabin, or docks. So definitely cabin. Do we want the utility shed? I don't think so. I think we'll use the dock. So we can just move between the two like they were next to each other, which might be quite useful. I do fancy getting that knife, though. So we'll see about that. And then we start. So we play the action phase. So I really like to try and get the horror level so I can get 3 die, because that makes so much difference. So let's try a focus first. So we're rolling 2 die. And we get 1 result, so we can move this down by 1 and we lose 1 time, which isn't bad. I think I should try and start rescuing victims. So I will use a walk. I think we might move this here when we roll. Yeah. And we've got 1 star, and we can get another one if we can definitely discard these 2 cards. So we will get 2 successes. So we can move 2 spaces. I could pick these 2 up. Yeah, I think I will do that. I'll go 1, 2. So we can take those 2 with us. And we do lose another time for that. I think we might leave it there and keep those cards. So they go out. We have 4 to spend. So I'm definitely going to get a sprint. And do I need a search yet? No, not yet. I might take 2 close calls, because I can always discard these for 1 time as well. So that might be quite useful. So I'll take those 2 close calls. These go back and they're all 0 time. And that is the end of the planning phase. So the killer phase, we resolve the killer action. So they are just going to move towards the closest victim. And they can move 3. There is no difference between these 3, so I can choose, and there are various ways you can do that. But I think maybe we'll make it. Oh, there's only 2 actually. Let's make it get a little bit easier on ourselves. So they're going to move towards that victim. And then we reveal a terror card. So this terror card is just a move. Yeah, intended target, and it will move towards the greatest number closest. So I'm going to say it moved there, so it won't do anything else, but it is hitting me for 2 horror. And that's the end of that because we're in this mode. We're in the search mode. So that goes out. Panic phase, no victims have died. So the upkeep phase, reveal final terror card if no cards left. No. And rearrange items, we don't have any items. So we're back to my action phase. Now I definitely need to focus again and see if I can get this done. I have 1 success. Oh, this should have gone back to 6, sorry. I really want to be able to sprint, so I think I'm going to leave that as that. 1 success. We take this down 1, the horror track, and then I am going to sprint. Move up to 3 spaces. And we have 2 successes, which is great because we can go 1, 2, 3, and we rescue these 2. So I think because horror track is quite high, I will go there and take it down 1. And this will have gone down another 1 because of the sprinting. I could move the horror track down again or get 2. Ooh, it's so tempting what to do. I will get 2 more time. So we're back up to 6. The big bad wolf is probably going to kill these people, but there's not very much I can do about it. I will use my walk, I think. So we have another roll. And another full success. So we can move 2 spaces. I think we'll move up here. 1, 2. Because at the cabins there's this knife as well, which might come in useful. And we lose another time. And then I'll keep these 2 close calls. And so it's the planning phase. So we have 5 to spend. I think we have a walk. Oh, we get these 0 cost cards. We'll buy a sprint for 2, and then we've got 3 left. I think we might take a distraction because we can reduce the horror track some more. I really want to try and get the horror track over this side. Done the planning phase, the killer phase. They will move, but they're not going to move because they're already where they need to be. And then we reveal a terror card. And they are still in this phase. So they're going to move towards victims. They're already in the place they need to be. So horror track moves back up, and we move this up 1. And because of that, we get up on the horror track again. Wow, they're hitting us for horror. But no killing as yet. These should have gone back. So that is the end of the killer phase. Panic phase, nobody's died. Upkeep phase, nothing happens. So it is our action phase again. I think I might head over here and try and grab this one and come to this place. But I think what I will do is play distraction first. See if we can make this happen. We have 1 success. So we move down on the horror track and get 1 time. Not too bad. I do think we need to focus. I'm very worried about this horror track. So let's do another focus. We get one success, and we could have two successes. And I think we will, because we don't need to attack yet. And we don't need to rest. So we get two successes, so horror track moves down, and we get two more time. And then we will sprint. Come on, successes. One success. Now, we could re-roll one die. We're going to move two. If we got three, it would be perfect. So let's re-roll this die. See if we can't get a success. Right, so we could dispense of these two cards. I think I'm going to do it. I know it's using all my cards, but I get to move 3 spaces. So I'm going to go 1, use the tunnel, 2, move here 3, and we save 2 more victims. I think we'll use 1 to bring the horror track down. Shall we use 1 for another horror or move? I will have a walk and there is a sprint. I think I'm going to move my horror track down because I'm so close to getting 3 die. So I've used all those cards. We have 8 to spend this time. Now I definitely want to sprint. What else do I want? Maybe a distraction. I would still have 3 left. Yeah, I think I'm going to get a distraction and an improvise. Improvise turns 3s and 4s into successes for the next roll or the whole phase, depending on how well you do on the roll. So that's the end of that. Distraction. We've used our close calls, so we don't have any close calls now. So that is the end of the planning phase. The killer phase. We are still on the searching mode, so they're not going to move. And the terror guard is, so they will move towards victims. They're already where they need to be. This track will move up. So this moves up 1 and we activate the dark power, which means he's going to start killing basically. And the dark power is 6th Sense. The big bad wolf ignores damage effects from reaction cards. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's not good news. That kind of means that retaliate is kind of useless. It's a bigger cost than guard and it won't attack back. And they move to their attack mode as well. And that is the end of the killer phase. Panic phase, no one's died. Upkeep phase, no. So it is my go again. I really want to complete Charlie and get her power going. I can't even remember what her power is. I think we have to go with distraction. Maybe we'll go improvise first. Yeah. So improvise, let's see what we get. So we get 1 success. So for the next horror roll only, 3s and 4s are successes. I could discard 2. Do you know what? I might do that. And then all these would be successes on 3 and 4s. Ugh. Yeah, I'm going to do it. So we have 2 successes there. So all 3s and 4s are now successes. We will use distraction. Ugh. Well, with distraction, we haven't got any 3s or 4s. It's just a 1 and 2. But with distraction, we can get a success and lose 2 time. So there you go. So we are rolling 3 now. Sprint I will use. And still all 3s and 4s are successes. So fingers crossed. So that's 2 successes because this is a 3. and a 6 is a success anyway, so we can move 3 spaces, we lose 1 time. But I think I'm going to go 1, 2. Now the question is, should I move up here or move down here? I think considering 1, 2, that they're only 2 away, I think I'm going to move back down here. So that is the end of my action phase. The planning phase. We have 3 to spend. I have a walk, a focus, a weak attack, a short rest. I think we're still in sprint mode. So I'll take a sprint and a close call for 3. And these go back. This goes back to 6. I'm glad we got up to this section, even if we move back down. At least I had a couple of rolls with 3 die. So that is the planning phase. The killer phase, we resolve. Now this is the different action. So they are going to attack with 1 attack, 1 of the victims. So they're going to kill a victim. And when a victim dies, this moves up. Nothing happens this time, but they're doing 2 damage instead. And then they reveal a terror card. This is where it's going to get serious, guys. So they're going to do 2 attacks, but there's only 1 victim. So they kill that victim. This goes up, and we panic all adjacent victims. So this victim is going to panic, and they go 2, so they're moving up here. The big bad wolf recovers health for each victim killed, but it's got maximum health, so nothing happens there. Then the panic phase, there are no victims in the killer's space. And that's the end of that. So luckily we still have 3 die to roll. We'll use the sprint. So we're rolling 3 die. And we get 2 successes. So we can move 3 spaces. So we'll move 1, these 2 victims. So we can move another 2 spaces. That's 4 spaces we can move now. We've saved another 2 victims. They go away, and Charlie's card flips over. So this is, during the action phase, you may lose 3 health to take the critical blow action card directly into your hand. Wow, okay, so I can sacrifice life to really hit the big bad wolf. And that's fine because that's not a reaction, it's just taking the card. Also, if I save any more victims, they give me time. But we're kind of getting to the meat and bones of this now because there are only 2 victims left and me. So we're going to start having a showdown. So I have 4 movement left to take. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and save that victim. And so I get 1 extra time. We should have lost time with the sprint, by the way. So that's the end of that sprint action. I thought, what do we want to do? That knife might come in useful. It's 1 extra damage when we attack. The pepper spray might have been good, but I'm going to use this focus because I just want security in rolling 3 die. And we get 2 successes. So we move this up and we get 2 more time. So I think we will use the walk. And let's see what we do with this. So we have 1 success. I think I'm going to discard these 2 to change this to a success. So we can move 2 spaces. So I'm going to move 1, 2 to the cabin. And we lose another time. And I'll keep my weak attack. And that's the end of my action phase. Planning phase. Now I want to search. So I have 7. So I'll take a search. Go down to 5. Do I need a guard yet? I don't think so. I'm going to take a sprint. Move down to 3. Do you know what? I will take a guard for 2. And a close call for 1, which takes me down to 0. These cards... Oh, and I get these 2. These cards go back. And that is the end of the planning phase. So it is now the killer phase. The killer phase, they are attacking, but there's no one in their space. So we go to the terror card. And the terror card is a minor dark power. What big teeth you have. If the big bad wolf attacks you and you prevented all of the damage, you lose 1 life. So this goes up here. I'll put it here so you can at least see it. And they have 2 health on them. So we have to get rid of those first. Panic phase. No one's in their space. Upkeep phase. No, we still have terror cards. So it is our go. So I'm going to search first. And, oh dear. Dropped. Yeah, I'm going to search first. And we get 2 successes. Take the top 2 item cards at your space and choose one. Place the other on top, face up, or underneath, face down. So we have the knife and the axe. Well, the axe causes 2 damage extra on attacks. So I'm going to take the axe, I'm going to put it into my hands. I can't have anything else because it has 2 hands on it. This knife we don't really need. So I'll put it on the bottom. We do lose a time for that. And then, how many are we away from the big bad wolf? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. It's going to go after that victim. I don't think there's much I can do to help that victim. I think I'm going to walk. See where that gets me. I think I will discard 2 cards to get 1 success, and I can move up to 1 space. I'm going to start moving back that way because I think I'm going to have to start trying to take out the big bad wolf. And I think I might leave it there. So I'm going to stop there. And now it's the planning phase. So we have 4. Take back our 0 cards. We have 4. We could take a Furious Strike. We still have a Sprint. I'm going to take a Furious Strike. 4/4. This goes back to 6. And these cards go back. Okay, so it is the killer phase. They are just attacking, but there's no one there. So their card is fire. Roll a die to determine which space bursts into flames. Okay. So it is the dock. All victims in that space are killed. Discard all item cards from that space. So the dock is gone. If you or an enemy are there, you each lose 1 health. No one else is there. So that was a very quick fire. The dock has burnt down. Thank goodness I wasn't there. That's the end of the killer phase. Panic phase doesn't happen. We haven't revealed all terror cards. We don't need to rearrange the axe. Gosh, I feel like I need to sprint in there and give him a whack, but he's going to attack me. Only for 2. I do have a guard. Yeah, let's try it. Sprint, move up to 3. 1, 2, 3. I could get there with a sprint and a walk if I get maximum. So, let's sprint. I'm going to discard a short rest and a focus to get 2 successes. So we lose 1 time, move 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to walk. And we get 1 success, which is enough. It's 1. Move 1 space, lose 1 time. And then we are going to Furious Strike. And so we will attack. We get 1 success. I was going to stop there anyway, so let's just take that. Well, there's nothing we can do anyway. So 1 success, we do 1 damage, but it is up to 3 damage because of our axe. So it goes 1, 2, so that goes out. 3. We lose 1 horror, and that is the end of our go. That X there means the round, the phase stops. So now we are in the planning phase, and we have 4. I have a feeling we don't need to sprint anymore. I think we will guard again and take 2 close calls. Because we can, with Charlie's power, we can get the critical blow. Oh, I get those 2 as well. So that's the killer phase. So the killer attacks us for 2. And we can play a guard. We're still rolling 3 die. And we can discard 2. I will discard my close calls. Hold on, let me think about this. I have a walk. Let's discard a walk and a close call. So we reduce it by 2, which means he doesn't hit us for anything. That minor dark power would have affected that, but we got rid of it. So, terror card. If there are no victims on the board, discard and draw. He's going to move towards the victim. So he's going to move 4, 3. 1, 2, 3. And he can't attack the victim because he can't get close enough, which is good for us. There's no panic, no upkeep. Oh yes, those are cards that I've played within that phase, so they stay there. Yeah, I've kind of not got a lot to do. I will focus. So I get 2 successes. So I focus for 1 and get 2 time, which is good. So I need to... there's nothing else I can do, so I'm not going to do anything else. So this is the planning phase. So I get these back. I have 8 to spend. I need to sprint at least. He's 1, 2, 3 away, so I need to get a sprint. And I have 6 left, and I'm just thinking, I think I might as well get this critical blow for 6. I can get it, but I lose life, so there's no point in just... Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. These go back. God. Close call. So that was my very quick action and planning phase. The killer phase. He will attack, but there's no one in his space. If there are no victims on the board, all victims in your space must panic twice. There are no victims. And then he's going to move towards the closest. No, he's going to attack and he can't. So this is always slightly confusing. This means he'll attack its victims and the final girl, but he will always target victims first. But this is not a move, this is just an attack, and there are no victims in his space. So he moves on to this, and he's going to move towards the closest victim, which is this one. So that's the end of that card. I need to get over there. So there's no panicking. He hasn't killed anyone. The upkeep phase, we have 2 terror cards left. So it's our action phase. So let us sprint. Sprint over there. That's correct, so I'm going to roll that. So 2 successes. So we can move up to 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. And then we will walk. Two successes. So we can move up to 2 spaces and we lose another time. So we're going to go into this. We could run away with that victim, but I just don't think there's any point. I will use a critical blow. And so we roll 3 die. Okay. So I'm going to discard these 4 cards. He is going to attack me next time for 2 damage though. So I'm going to go for it. I'm discard these 2 cards to get 2 successes, which means we do 3 damage plus the axe. So we do 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's down to 3 health. And then we advance the horror track 1. And then we could potentially kill him with this weak attack because it does 1 damage and the axe does an extra 2. So let's try it. If we get 2 successes. Oh no, no successes. So we lose a life. And our turn is over, but it's over anyway. We could have done it then. Okay, our turn is over. We have 4. I am definitely not. I've got to walk. I'm going to take a furious strike. And that is that. I can get a critical blow because of Charlie's power. Oh, come on. We need to kill this big bad wolf. We have no guard. Okay, this is dangerous. So they're going to attack the victim and kill them. The only problem with that is this moves up and we... Oh, do you know what? I did that wrong, didn't I? Should have been here. So I've not been helping myself. So we are only rolling 2 die. And then there is a terror card. Let's go see if the rumours are true. Place 2 new victims in the space where the killer started the game. Oh. And this is at the lake. And then we move the horror track down and we reveal an event. Event, star-crossed lovers. When exactly 2 victims are in a space and one of them is killed, the other immediately dies as well. Which is a problem because there are 2 in a space right now. But that's the end of that killer's turn. The panic phase, nothing. Upkeep phase, nothing. Still one terror card left. And it is my turn. So I am going to focus. Do I need to focus? It will get me more time if I succeed, but we're down to 2 die. We get 1 success. So we lose a time. I'm not discarding any cards. I'm going to Furious Strike. And we get 1 success. So that is 3 attack. And the horror track goes down and the turn is over, but we're doing 3. So if this last heart token has no hearts on the back of it, we have beaten the big bad wolf. 1, 2, and the 3rd damage. Yes! The big bad wolf is defeated. Hooray! We've done it! I won. And then it gives a list of achievements. Win a game at Camp Happy Trails. Defeat 5 different killers at Camp Happy Trails. No. Deliver the killing blow to the killer with the axe immediately after using the pepper spray. No, I didn't do that. Use the defeat the killer in the lake. No, I didn't do that either. Save 5 victims in a single turn. Defeat the big bad wolf at Storybook Woods. Defeat the big bad wolf in extreme horror mode. Defeat the bad wolf while it's in track mode. No. Defeat the big bad wolf where all 3 minor dark powers came to play. No. After revealing its epic dark power. No. Use an axe to deliver the killing blow to the big bad wolf. We certainly did do that. So that's quite nice. They have achievements on here, so you can kind of log those. This was at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We were at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not blown away by this. It's because you kind of want to track them normally anyway. But it's nice with the achievements and nice to track your games, I guess. So there we go. So that is Final Girl with the Big Bad Wolf and at Camp Happy Trails. I hope you enjoyed that. And please comment below if you have played Final Girl, if you're thinking of getting it, if you backed everything, because I obviously didn't. I have 3, but I'm going to get some more, maybe at UK Games Expo at the end of this month. And please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye!